it's so nice that the ashram provides chimes to wake everybody up in the morning, because there's nothing like clanging bells to get everybody to say good morning. So this morning we're about to start the fire puja. This is my reward for completing the fire puja. So this morning we had meditation and yoga in this room, and meditation started at 5:20 a.m. And so it was dark in here. It was a room full of all of us. It was dark. There was a candle lit over here by the Shiva statue. And what was kind of cool is every now and again, as we were meditating, I would hear this gust of wind. And so that plus the darkness plus the lit candle kind of gave this cool ambience to the meditation. As far as the yoga goes, I found that my body is not fully qualified to do all of the poses required, so I kind of had to bow out of some of them, but that was actually kind of enjoyable as well. Anyway, on to the next thing. So I'm up on the rooftop of the ashram where I'm staying, and I noticed that a number of other buildings around here happen to be guest houses that also advertise yoga. Now, I'm not too sure what's going on here. I wonder if we're going to be invited for a sleepover up on the roof tonight. So I'm at Ganges Beach right now, and I'm more in a rocky part of it. And as you can tell, there are cows, there are more cows. We also have dogs, and of course people over there. And then in the distance we have Ram Jhula Bridge. So it's pretty nice over here. Time to dip my feet in the water. Okay. This water is cold. Yeah, this is glacier water, all right. I can feel that. Okay, I'm stepping out. So over here, there are some whitewater rafters. This is kind of a fast-moving current, actually. I could see why whitewater rafting would be kind of a thing around here, because if this river, I guess if it's wide in certain spots, that would make for kind of a wild ride, I would think. That's nice. The color of the water is also really beautiful. So check it out. We got some pretty big monkeys over here, but I am not going to be looking at them. The last time I looked at a monkey, he got mad at me. So forget it. No looking at him now. Well, the street food sucker over here strikes again. I guess I can't walk more than 3 blocks without being succumbed to more street food. This time it's called aludiki. It's another chat street food, and it looks incredible, of course. I gotta say, one thing I just love about India are all these tiny little temples. Like, I'm walking along the road and I just come across this right here. And it's just a little temple dedicated to Shiva and Parvati. And you can see that, there's the conch shell, there's a bell, other things. And it's just right here, just like that. That's pretty cool. So this is pretty cool. This temple has these beautiful murtis on display right over here. Of course, you have Shiva and Parvati, and then Saraswati, and then others right here. Ganesha, Krishna. Maybe that's Ram, I think. I love this. Neat stuff. Okay, so I made it to the Beatles ashram. Let's go check it out. So this ashram, you can tell it has these interesting conical looking shelters. I guess this is where the residents stayed. Yeah, I mean there's probably about a dozen of these that I see. And I guess there's an upper and lower level. Let me just stick my head in here. Okay. Yeah. And, oh, this is interesting. There's some stairs that go down. Yes, I'm barely able to hold onto the camera and kind of weave my way down here. But it's just basically a small little room. And I guess in there would be what would have been the bathroom. And here's those steps I came down. Okay. I don't know how safe that is. I probably won't be doing that too much more. Ah, here's an interesting little walkway. Let's go over here. Yeah, I'm looking through the windows of some of these, and I don't really see any graffiti over here. Oh, I see that the little small room over here was meant for a toilet. I saw a toilet in one earlier. Okay, and now we're near some other building. I guess this used to be maybe a main residency. Okay, so I found out the name of the person who founded this ashram. His name is Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, and this building is where apparently his printed books were made. So to be honest with you, I don't think I would have ever have guessed that looking at this building. But the graffiti in here is pretty cool. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I'm entering a great hall. And over here to the left, looks like it's Maharishi Mahesh, along with, of course, the Beatles. And on the other side of this big hall, I see a stage. I wonder if Maharishi Mahesh had this stage built when he found out that the Beatles were coming to town. Okay, so it seems like anytime that I think I've reached the end of this place, I turn a corner and there's some other large structure. And here I found what are like these big residences. There's actually two buildings, one here and one over here, and they were for students who wanted to study the, as I read, the transcendental meditation techniques of, Mahesh. I'm not going to actually go in, but I just wanted to come a little bit closer. You can kind of see that the rooms themselves are a bit sparse. Ew. Weird. So right now I'm standing in front of the building where the Beatles lived. So the Beatles lived here in the 1960s, and from what I read, while they were here, they produced over, oh, that's pretty interesting. They produced over 48 songs, which made it onto their albums, such as the White Album, Yellow Submarine, and others. So just looking in here, it seems like we have a bedroom and a bathroom, and each one of these bedroom bathrooms had, I guess, windows in the back and the front. And they're not interconnected, so it looks like everybody had their own private space. So something that I can't help but think about is that while I'm walking in here, if this were in the United States, I would probably never be able to do something like this because this place is such a shambles. Yeah. So there you have it, the Beatles ashram. You know, this place was really not that busy today. I'm so surprised. I mean, you see a few people, but it's definitely not like what I'm used to. A lot of times when I'm filming, you know, people are practically almost bumping into my hand with the camera as I'm trying to film. But this was very peaceful. Hey guys, so this ends my trip to Rishikesh. And I gotta tell you, if I had to sum up Rishikesh in one sentence, it would be that it's this big fusion of spirituality along with yoga, along with a lot of Western influence. I mean, you know, just the other day I went into a cafe and I found that I can order an Indian breakfast and then I can turn around and get kombucha and wheatgrass. So, but before I end my video, I gotta tell you about something that's had an impact on me while I was preparing for my trip to India. And so for this video, I wanna talk to you about a song. It was a pop song that came out about 20 years ago called Chaiya, Chaiya, and it means walking in the shade. And it came out in the same movie that I was talking about in my last video called Dil Se, and it was actually written by the same individual, A.R. Rahman. And this song right here, I had not heard it before in my life before last year, but I read that in 2002, the BBC World Service had conducted a poll around the world to discover the top 10 songs of all time, and people in 155 countries voted this song as being in the top 10 list. So I've got the link below, check it out, see what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.